Well, morning, sports fans. How are we doing this morning? It's 12:48 in the morning, West Coast time for Tuesday. Actually, for Wednesday. Is it Tuesday? Wednesday. Wednesday. Okay. 21st of August, 2024. Second day in the DNC, and still they have not said anything, not to my knowledge, limited as it is, of what they were going to do to help with the homeless situation. Apparently nothing. So my videos still stand out there, regardless of what people may say or think about it. I don't care. I had to do it. I had to say something about it, and I tagged a lot of people over there, including the independents out there. It pissed me off. They're over there to capture this big thing about the DNC that they were hoping. And as far as I'm concerned, they're screwed up as corporate media that they keep bitching and griping about, and yet they share the same area, same air, same place. Different booze. I mean, yeah, they got booze out there for social media people, the independents out there, but you know what? Not one of these guys would actually put out a video of what they want to cover, except they cover the floor, and that's about it. But did they actually go out and talk with the protesters, what their issues are, or was it up to the local media? See, if they're going to be reporting news left and right instead of getting it from the feeds, they have to get it from themselves. Well, I'm sorry, that's a little too harsh for them, isn't it? They'd rather get the clips and then bitch and gripe about the dancing. That's all they're useful for anyway. So yeah, I'm still on it. I'm still on the ranting and raving. I even had one out here in the Antelope Valley who was supposed to be covering the news, and yet the one piece of news he was covering, I just flat out said, okay, I'm unfollowing and I'm subscribing, and left it at that. I didn't want to have anything to do with the politics. All I thought they wanted to do was just cover the traffic accidents and everything else, but not political rallies that was happening in a faraway valley in the California area. But no, they flashed an advertisement for it. For any Trump supporters out there. An impromptu one, just so they can show their support for the orange gas bag and everybody else is with them. I'm thinking, yep, they're Trumplicans as well. So decided I'm not following any Trumplicans. I'm not going to listen to them. They're going to bitch and bellyache, and they're not saying a damn word. They're not going to help anybody else except themselves. And so is the DNC. Have I once heard any of these high profile people out there talking about how much the homeless are getting nailed left and right? I'm hearing it from local news networks out here. Some of them actually do talk with the homeless, and they're confused, pissed off, and disillusioned like crazy. They're getting shoved left and right. Now we have encampments happening out in the beaches because there's nowhere else for them to live. Well, we want them to live in these places, but in the meantime, keep shuffling them around and not helping them out a damn way. Not just giving them public land somewhere they can actually stay there for a short time. But no, they got to be pushed away because this is what Governor Newsom of California wants. Pushing them around, push them, push them. Arrest them if you have to. So which means now we gotta let loose criminals we don't want on the streets. We have to put them out in the streets so we can now encamp the homeless in jail. And I keep telling these people, karma is going to bite you in the ass on this one if you're not listening and paying attention. We're already getting bit in the ass right now for other things we screwed up as a human race. But you know what? You're treating people like shit, so somewhere down the line, you're going to be treated as shit. Karma works that way sometimes. We were told a long time ago about climate change. Now it's getting worse and worse. We're seeing the changes. We're seeing more of the devastation one way or another. And we're still laughing about it. Fools and idiots. We got geologic upheaval. There's nothing to do with weather, but they'll still match it up with weather. No, I think somewhere the spirit of the earth is pissed off at humanity. I don't blame it. I don't blame it at all. Yes, cycles of geology, cycles of magma movement, of fault line movement. Yeah, moving on its own clock. How to scare the hell out of people and put them off their guard. Meanwhile, as the human race, we're still mistreating each other. We're still trying to say that, but we're the better party. Just not in my backyard. Or how about if you hear about states fighting the federal courts concerning about if voters are actually legitimate voters. And all this crap I keep hearing that they're still bashing each other over. I'm listening. I got sick and tired of it. I turned it off. I tuned it out. I wasn't listening to any more of these assholes because I don't trust them now. I'm sorry. They can try putting all the smiley faces that they can out there. No. Look me in the eye that you got plans. They're dealing with the people that are already getting screwed over left and right. Because of NIMBYs out there, regardless if they're Democratic, progressive, or conservatives, doesn't matter. The NIMBYs are doing it. The Supreme Court had decided that the homeless people are illegal. It should be shoved out. Should be shoved around. Mistreated like crazy. Jailed even because they can't pay fines and they should be housed somewhere else. So let's put them in jails. We have, I don't know how many city mayors out there are trying to fight against that tide. Of trying to find other housing necessary. But the homeless people are outmatching the resources necessary. But the governors have said, no, we'll just jail them up. We'll find resources. We'll make private jails if we have to. Keep this in mind. These people, some of these people, I don't know, they're probably out of their mind because they're mentally ill. You stay on the streets long enough, you do go crazy. You do go crazy. And some of them actually do want to go work, send their kids to school, make sure that they had a better future than what's going on right now. It's not that they decided, oh, let's have a lifestyle of being homeless. No. This is a forced hell. This is something for them going through right now. It's either a change or it's basically punishment one way or another I'm looking at. Bad decisions made and then consequences happen and now that has to be dealt with. Yeah, mistakes have been made a long time ago. And some of them do want to make up for it and they want to get it corrected. They can't get it corrected unless they get the opportunities necessary to do so. It's one thing when you try to get them a bite to eat. I mean, that's something there, to get them a bite to eat. But beyond that, they need housing, they need clothing, they need whatever regular person would have. Except they used to have it. Maybe some of them had decided to walk out or run out or something, away from family or friends or something. But the rest of them are thrown out, cast out, beyond their control. You think I'm making this damn thing up. You hadn't talked to any of them. And if you had, then maybe you would understand something about them. If you talked to enough of them, you'd get an idea. And if you had gone through the process, maybe you would have a better idea of it. See, the thing is, I would challenge and I would hope that they would monitor this because I'm going to tag it up again for them. Is that at any point, they will get into that situation. And there'll be no way for them to get out of it all the slow to pace and the crawl that gets them into that pit, but they're going in there anyway, and they're going to stay there for a while, and they're going to blame everybody else for the damn shit. And they have to do the self-blaming. Then they're going to have to find out ways on how to get the hell out of the damn thing, which means they would need help from the other people who've actually been through the damn thing. Maybe they would be able to help them out if needed, if possible. But would it be? What if those who've already been in the pit decide not to help those who are already currently in the pit? They're feeling they're feeling that they're more suited. They don't have to. They don't have to help their own brethren of sorts. You forget that you've been in the pit, but you're too damn scared to go back into it yourself, so you're going to step on everybody else just to stay out of it. Is that how it works? There were supposed to be sayings and quotations we had to live by regarding empathy and sympathy. We develop these because we walk through that kind of path, and now we can see how the other person can get out of it. And maybe share that message, experience strength and hope. No, we got egos dealing with it. The ego says, no, I know what I'm doing, and I'm staying the hell out of it, and screw the other person. I'm getting out what I got. I'm getting what I'm going to get. And this is what happens. So now we're dealing with that one. Are we happy about it? Are we happy to backstab people now? You try to believe in political parties that are going to help your ass out. They're not. I kept saying I blame the voters because they don't know their ass from a hot rock. They see these things, but they don't take into account what's going on around them. They don't ask questions. They don't want to ask questions. They want somebody else to do the living for them. They get what they get. Yeah, I don't offer much hope over here because I don't see much hope coming out of these assholes anyway. Don't tell me you got a solution and then start backing away because of political points. Are you in or are you out? As far as I'm concerned, all the protesters outside the DNC are not getting enough attention. They're not getting enough encouragement. Some of those I know are protesting to Gaza. What do you call a massacre, a genocide? What do you call this situation? Hamas goes off over the borders of Gaza and starts this chain reaction that we can't find a way to stop the damn thing. And now we got the Middle East inflamed over this. Now we got certain portions of the world being inflamed over the damn thing. And we're sending resources over there. That's not bad enough. We still got Ukraine. Still trying to fight their war for freedom and trying to tell Putin to back off already. Putin's not going to do it. He's still going to try to make more deals with China or North Korea or anybody else that'll sell him weapons and personnel. He wants his territory back. He wants the Soviet Union back. How does that grab you? I thought this stuff would be well over when I got at this age, but apparently not. And now we got political parties trying to kill each other. No, we put the finger on everybody else and claim it that they're trying to kill each other on this one. Oh yeah, let's see. There was a shooter trying to put the former gas bag of a presidency. Tried to take him out. Didn't work. Somebody took him out. Yeah, there was a shot taken. Actually, there were several shots taken, and people were injured and people dead. But we still have to blame political parties for that one, don't we? Always comes down to that stupid thing. We can't take responsibility. We can't take accountability. We can't take transparency. We can't do all these things. We have to find the blame in everybody else because we are too damn afraid, too damn chicken, too damn cowardly, and too damn prideful and egotistical at this point. say that we are the ones responsible or we are part of the mess. But can we find a way to get part of the solution going without trying to hurt anything in the process or anybody for that matter? No, in our case, hell with it. We're going to be yelling and screaming at each other. Is that all it takes? Just yelling and screaming? Gets a lot worse because we've already seen a lot worse. We've already seen it overseas. We've already seen it in different council chambers, different political chambers throughout the decades that we blame. But there's no compromise. There's no communication. Just keep pointing the fingers at each other and taking a baseball bat and let's see who's going to be surviving a baseball game. Other countries don't have the laws and rules we try to have, but we screw that up all the time. But we blame the other people for it. We constantly do that. So, what do we say about it today? If that wasn't up on the high end, how about the low end that we're worrying about some kind of Hawk Tuohy situation going on? Somebody wants to put a trademark on being on a spittle, on being spit upon, or spitting on others, and they want it trademarked. A human condition trademarked? Are you kidding me? It's bad enough you see political creepazoids going after people who sing on stages. People who are singing their songs on stages at this point over here and being creepy about it. You got the complainers going like crazy saying, this person here has a lot of influence. We're scared of it. They're devil. They're this or that. Ugh. Please. The orange gas bag is failing at press conferences left and right. According to what they're reporting on the news media, on the YouTube, left and right, I want to believe that's the word of corporate media, that he seems to be having more and more mental breakdowns, including his own vice president choice having mental breakdowns. But these are the people want to put their faith and trust in. And they have noble speeches happening at the Democratic National Convention out in Chicago. There had been. But as I turn it around, all the protesters happening outside in different areas who are trying to get the attention, trying to let them know they matter too. They're voters as well. Their numbers count. But they also count for those who can't say or go up to the DNC and say, we got an issue you guys aren't talking about. Talk about this issue here. For one of them is one I'm related with. Even with past experiences, maybe I should have turned that one as just a bad memory, but I can't. Yeah, bad memories, but I'm still using it as an example. I ain't profiting about the damn thing. There are no t-shirts, no pins about this damn thing, no lapel pins or stickers that I survived being homeless. What they're looking for, some kind of political crap chant for this one? Give me a frickin' break on that shit. I don't care if my language is salty as hell. Fuck it. I'm not blaming anything on this one. I say the observations at this point, but also I'm giving out my opinion. So maybe I am getting past the observant and into the more belligerent, proactive. I guess we are screwed one way or another. If there is going to be any miracles on this one, we better find the miracle ourselves or try to make one. And let's just hope that we don't hurt anything or anybody in the process. Because if we do, we really made another nut job out of it, didn't we? And they'll still blame the voters because they don't know their ass from a hot rock, and they're not willing to use critical thinking skills or research to dig things up to find out why, to present the evidence that they have and let it be debated. In democracy, we debate on things like this, not accept it, not just accept one little whim. We want facts, we want data, we want proof. Talk to us, argue with us. Let us see both sides. And if there's a common gray area to compromise or agree to, then let's work on that. Meanwhile, but who am I kidding? The voters ain't going to do this shit, are they? This is democracy going downhill. They don't even want to do that in this damn town I call Roseman, California. And I don't give a shit. And if they did, I'd like to see it. But they don't. So, we're screwed on that one, aren't we?